Okay, so let me finish this real quick. So like I was saying, I remember a grown man, or grown men approaching me, as young as, not even 12. I had to be 10. I was still in elementary school. I remember my foster mother had, sent me to, the grocery store, and there used to be a store called Co-op. Okay, and she sent me to the grocery store, and I was, buying whatever she needed to buy at the grocery store, and I noticed this man kept following me, and so, I'm over trying to get whatever it is I need to get, and I turned around and he was right in front of me, and he was like, hi, how you doing? What's your name? And I was scared, and I told him, but I told him my name, and I probably shouldn't have did that. And he asked me for my phone number, and I told him I'm 10. And that man kept on talking to me, just straight up disgusting, nasty ass perv, dirty bastard. And I remember being scared and hurried up, and when I left the store or whatever. But yeah, men been approaching me forever. Um, as I began to put on weight, I noticed I became invisible. Okay. Um, once I got to, I would say, once I got past the size 24, or once I passed, maybe like the 300-pound mark, I became invisible. And at first, you know, I think it bothered me a little bit, maybe. And after a while, it didn't bother me. Now, my husband is attracted to big women. And he's a nice guy, so I guess I didn't feel threatened by him. Um, but just all of that, that attention, and I'm scared. There it is. I'm scared. Um, Now I'm dressing it. And not only am I addressing it, I guess I'm addressing it online of all places, but if somebody out there understands what I'm talking about, and I know that there is somebody who does, you guys know, that I wrote a book, and I tackle some of these issues in my book. And if you go to my other YouTube channel, Quiet Storm 9421, and when I get home, maybe what I'll do is I'll put that video as a video response to this video when I get home. That's what I'll do. But I wrote a poem called "Jesus, Please Tell Me, Do You Love Me?" And you can find it on my other channel. I have a spoken word channel, and I talk about the experience, what happens to you spiritually, or not to you, I should say, let me phrase my words carefully, what happened to me spiritually after being molested. It's just so, and this is just a whole nother topic that I want to explore here later on. It's just so many things happen to you. You're affected in so many ways. Even as far as how I relate to my husband. There have been times, and I don't do it as much, but I've been married now 13 years. My husband and I will be married 14 years this coming February. Okay, I've been with this man all these years, okay? Slept next to this man all these years. There have been times when my husband, if I'm asleep, My husband can go to reach for me and touch me in my sleep, and I have fought this man. Um, and he'll have to be like, yo, Diddy, it's me, But that comes from being bothered, you know, when I was a child. The attention from that, I guess in my mind I've linked up, I guess, having a big butt and the attention, from men, and some of it, it's I'm not going to say all of it is unhealthy. Some men see a nice looking woman, and a woman with a nice shape, and they look. But I'm talking about the ones who touch, um, just the lewd remarks, you know, that type of stuff. For example, and this is even while I was while being heavy. You go to a club, and there have been times where I was, you with your girlfriends, and you're walking through the club, and people will just touch your ass. They'll just touch it. I remember, and I don't know if, you know what? Okay, as I'm talking to you guys, all of this stuff is just coming to my mind. If you haven't figured it out, you guys, I have adult ADD, so if it seems like I'm jumping back and forth in my while I'm speaking, because I'm thinking about what I'm saying, and I'm thinking of something else, so y'all please excuse me, okay? But I remember, this is I was a little smaller than I am now, and this was years ago. Because my oldest son, he's 18. He was pretty young. I was at a club, okay? I remember I was sitting down talking. He was a nice looking guy too. This nice looking guy. He seemed, you know, he was a little rough around the edges. It's not my type. I don't do thugs, y'all. I'm sorry. Don't do thugs. But if you do, look, hey, that's your business. But I don't. But anyway, he was nice looking. Girl, I'm sitting there. I'm talking to the man. Do you know this man just took his hand and just put it right here on the side of my ass? And I had to tell him, oh no, no, I love. Let me tell you what. Okay, let me tell you something real quick. Okay, if you ever get approached by a man, and you don't want to, because these Negroes is crazy. They'll just cuss you out and hit you anything. But if you want to, get rid of them real quick, go that Christian roll on them real quick. That'll scare them off every time. Be like, oh no, I love the Lord, even though I'm up in the club. Oh no, crazy as hell. Anyway, but yeah, she just touched me. So I have a problem with that. I just have a problem with people touching me, staring at me. So yeah, I got some issues, y'all. I got some shit I gotta work out. I gotta work this stuff all the way out. I just, and I was sitting here thinking while I'm talking to you guys that I'm thinking that I don't know if subconsciously I started noticing that the more weight I put on, the less attention. And so I've put on all this weight, aside from the fact of just covering my emotions with food and just being greedy. If maybe I've done this because I don't want all that attention, basically. This is just a lot to deal with. I gotta go sit down and my therapist and the journal and go work this shit out. That's the only way that I'm gonna finally be rid of this extra weight once and for all. I know it's to really, really, really look at these issues. I laugh and I joke about a lot of stuff, y'all, to keep from crying, because it's just so painful, especially in that foster home. it's something when the state takes you out of one place because it's not healthy for you and stick you in another place that's even worse. You know what I'm saying? You take me out of one hell and then put me in a double hell. And I knew very early on, you know, when you are, for, I should say for me, being that I was molested very early on. I started getting molested at the age of 2. Okay? And at one point I was dealing with my stepfather at nighttime and my uncle in the daytime. And I was a little itty bitty kid. So very, very early on, I could pick up when a man is having like some sort of sexual thought towards me. Or I felt like he wanted me in some sort of way. I don't know if you guys get where I'm coming from. So I remember the very first day that my foster family got custody of myself and my siblings. And I remember sitting in the car, and my foster father, he turned around and he said to me, "I'm glad y'all not white because I hate white people." Now his wife wasn't in the car. It was just myself, my brother, and my little sisters in the back. And I knew right then and there at that moment, you guys, I was 8 years old, and I remember clearly thinking to myself, I have to watch this man. He's crazy. I knew he was going to come and try to get me. And I remember thinking that he's going to try to get me. And he tried it several times. You know, just always making jokes about my butt, talking underneath my clothes. Oh, God. But I made it. And I'm here. And I refuse, which is why I use writing as an outlet, which is also why I'm talking about this on this channel, which is also why over the years I've sought therapy, because I refuse to let what these men have done to me. I refuse to be held hostage. So the last part of it is getting rid of this excess weight. I refuse. I made it. I made it through all of that hell. All of that hell. I made it through. And so I guess losing the weight is the last part. You know what I'm saying? And it's for me. I don't have to hide. I don't have to use weight to protect myself anymore, because I can defend myself. Yeah. So that's what it is. That's what it is, you guys. That's the last part. I'm not going to let the devil take me out. I refuse. So, with that said, I'm about to end this video, you guys. Get myself together and get ready to hit this gym again tomorrow, and then the next day, and the next day. Now, I'm not gonna promise I'm gonna do a video every day, because I told you guys know I do hair for a living. So these next couple of days I'm gonna be super busy, but I want to, this is my commitment, because I'm so good. I told you guys at starting at this weight loss thing and putting it back down, but I claim and I vow today, this is it. This is it. So my commitment is, I'm gonna commit to 2 videos a week. That is my commitment. I'm committing to 2 videos a week. And if by chance I do more, hey, that's wonderful. But I need to shoot for at least 2. So, and more than likely I'll be coming back on here, getting some more stuff out, talking about some more issues, and if you guys allow me to, go ahead and work it on out. Get to the bottom of it. Whew, I feel a little lighter, y'all. Got some shit off my chest. I feel a little lighter, I do. It's gonna be alright. So, let me get out of here, y'all. Ciao.